Has something like this ever happened to you? Would taking your car to a body shop leave a dent in your pocket? Then why not repair those minor dents yourself? You can do the repairs yourself with only a few simple tools and materials. If the damage is accessible from both sides at once, you'll need a body hammer and a dolly block. If the damage is not accessible from both sides, you'll need a drill, 1/8" drill bit, pull rods, soldering iron, acid core solder, and a body hammer, or a punch, body hammer, slide hammer, soldering iron, and acid core solder. You'll also require the following materials in both cases: a pail of soapy water, a sponge, clean rags, a non-oily cleaning solvent, something to grind away the paint with, safety glasses and gloves, body filler with cream hardener, a mixing pad, a squeegee or putty knife, a body filler file, a sanding block, 36 or 40 grit sandpaper, 80 or 100 grit sandpaper, 180 grit sandpaper, masking tape, brown craft paper, a rust-inhibiting primer. Okay, here's the first step. Clean the area to be repaired with soap and water to remove any dirt and road film. Even if the car looks clean, it may not be. Failure to work with a clean panel could result in a poor repair. Now that the dirt is gone, clean the panel again with a non-oily cleaning solvent. This will remove any polishes, waxes, road tars, and oily road film which could contaminate the steel while grinding or sanding. This is an important step and should not be skipped. Wipe the solvent on liberally with a clean rag. Before it can dry, wipe it dry with a second clean dry rag. If the damage is small and less than 1/4 inch deep, you can simply grind away the paint and apply body filler. However, if it is larger or deeper, you must first rough it out. If the panel is easily accessible from both sides, all that you'll need is a body hammer and dolly block to rough out the damage. The dolly can first be used to bump the dent part of the way up. It's then placed upon the damage from the inside. The body hammer is used to work the damage from the outside. Care should be taken not to strike the dolly through the metal, as this will create more damage. Bring the metal back close to its original shape, but not all the way back. Leave it slightly low to allow for the body filler. The paint can now be ground away. Grind out at least 3 inches past the damage area. If the damage is not easily accessible from both sides, it may be roughed out using pull rods. First, grind away the paint from around the repair area. It's easier to do it now than after the rough out. Do not forget to wear safety goggles and gloves while grinding. Flying bits of metal, grinding abrasive or paint can cause very serious injury or blindness, so please do not take any risks. After the paint has been fully removed, drill 1/8-inch holes, spaced about 1/2 inch apart along creases, or as needed in rounder dents. Insert a pull rod into the holes and tap around the dent with a body hammer while pulling outward on the pull rod. Be sure that there's nothing behind you, just in case the pull rod slips out of the hole and you fall backward. Work slowly to bring the damage back close to its original shape, being careful not to bring it past its original shape. Remember to leave room for the body filler. An alternative to using pull rods is a slide hammer. After grinding away the paint, use a punch and hammer to make the holes rather than drilling them. Be careful not to make the holes bigger than the screw end of the slide hammer. Screw the slide hammer into each hole and slowly work the damage out. Work carefully. Do not work the metal too far out. It's easier to go back and bring the metal out a bit more than it is to hammer it back in again. You can use your body hammer to work down any high ridges while you work out the low areas. Now you must fill in the holes which you made to rough out the damage. This is done to prevent moisture from getting into the body filler and causing it to rust. Fill the holes with acid core solder. Remove any excess solder by grinding. Be careful not to grind open the holes. Grinding will also help remove any acid flux from the panel. It's now time to mix and apply the body filler. After opening the can, stir in any resin which may be floating on top. Use a clean paddle to remove enough filler from the can to fill the repair area. Place it onto a smooth, non-porous mixing board. A piece of metal, plastic, or glass will work just fine. Add your cream hardener. For temperatures around 70 degrees Fahrenheit, add a ribbon of cream hardener about 2 inches long for each golf ball size portion of filler. You'll have to adjust the amount of hardener for temperature differences. Blend the two together thoroughly until a uniform color is obtained. This will ensure even curing of the filler. Apply a thin coat of the filler mix to the exposed material. The filler should extend out past the dent itself to allow for proper leveling and shaping, but should not be applied over any paint. Use firm pressure while doing this, forcing the filler into the grinding scratches. This will ensure a good bond. Clean your mixing board and squeegee so that they're usable for the next coat of filler. Do not return any mixed filler back to the original can. That would spoil the remaining filler. Allow the filler to harden for approximately 15 minutes and then apply a second coat, slightly higher than the original shape of the panel. After the filler has started to set up, but before it has become fully hard, use a body filler file to remove some of the excess filler. Draw the file across the filler at about a 30-degree angle. This will show you if more filler is required and leave a reasonably smooth surface for sanding. Stop filing while the filler is still slightly higher than its original shape. This will allow you to finish shaping the filler with sandpaper. After filing, allow the filler to finish hardening. 10 to 15 minutes should be enough if temperature conditions are good. Use a sanding block and 36 or 40 grit sandpaper to smooth and shape the filler. Add more filler if it's required. Switch to 80 or 100 grit to finish the sanding. Use care while sanding so as not to scratch any nearby parts. After obtaining the correct contour with the body filler, use 180 grit sandpaper on a sanding block to remove coarse scratches from the paint around the repair, and to taper the paint edge so that it will not show up after painting. Use brown craft paper to mask over any nearby parts to prevent damage from the primer overspray. Apply a rust-inhibiting primer over the exposed metal and body filler to help prevent rusting. You're now ready to finish the repair by sanding and painting. See your nearest Canadian Tire store for other time-saving do-it-yourself videos.